Money won't help insecurity, neither will a BBL. I had a conversation with someone recently to where they told me that all they needed was some money to be that nigga. And pardon my language, man, to be that dude. We'll say that. I know I'll be having some Caucasian folks watching me as well. Shouts out to all of y'all. Now, I had another conversation with a woman, numerous women, to where they felt all they needed was a BBL, and that they're going to be the most confident woman in the world, that's going to solve everything, and if attention is the goal, then hey, for a lot of women it will, but let's continue on. So my reply to both of those individuals and the various women, and to anyone really across the board, is simple. And that is, no, it won't. We have a very large sample size on both ends of the spectrum to where it dispels this particular myth that money will solve all of your insecurities. Now, in the scriptures, it does say money answereth all things. So it does have its place. And certainly a BBL is going to make you look a whole lot better and get you some attention. However, let's see here. So let's take a Bandman Cavo or a DJ Academics. Now, I think it's safe to say that they both having plenty of paper. I ain't in their pockets or nothing. I ain't no professional pocket watcher. But it's definitely safe to say that they both having some money. Now, both of these men still clowned out, still getting cheated on, still trying to figure out why women treat them like little dudes, like dweebs and whatnot, they trying to figure why they still not seen as cool, what does these men have that I don't have, I did another video on that as far as DJ Academics and the Bandman Kevin interview. You should definitely go check that out. But these individuals, they thought that money was the answer. In a lot of cases, like I said, as far as in life and certain areas, the money does answer certain things, but not insecurities. It's plenty of bosses on jobs, and I'm sure many of you can attest to this. They're just straight insecure busters. It seemed like a good percentage of women have BBLs now, and they still have that insecure mindset about themselves. They still can't stay in a consistent relationship. Really, it only looks good for the gram, but in their quiet chambers, they're still heartbroken. They're still sad. They still face the same challenges that they faced prior to having that. They just having sex a little bit more. Certain men is lusting after them, but never really fully wanting them as a woman, unless they're driven by lust. But they're still discouraged because they thought that this would solve all of their problems. Now, I came here to tell you on today that you will still be who you are regardless. Just because you change the countenance of something, just because you change the exterior of something, or you dress it up in finer clothes, or or put perfume on it, it still is what it is. A few extra people on the outside looking in may envy you, or certain people believing that you have it all together. Sad to say, this will not complete you or make you feel better, because it's going to come a point to where these individuals do not matter. It's almost like an ugly person on your job liking you. If you have 1 million people that are insignificant to you, what difference does it make? You know that these claims, this applause is false. It doesn't mean anything. It's always going to be some more of it. In other words, it's always going to be a different level that you go to. And even if you do become a big fish in a small pond, if you continue to elevate, you're going to come to a point where you don't have the most money in the room, or you're not the most attractive in the room, what will you do then? You know? Or if this is even challenged, you know, if there's somebody else attractive in the room, or with a bigger booty than you, or somebody else with more money than you, do you just humble yourself and say, man, this is the big dog, man, I ain't got, man, he really the one, man? You know, is this what your confidence is predicated on? You know, seriously? You know, it's my belief that if your house is built on sand instead of a solid foundation, then you're destined to still experience these same feelings you had coming up, being laughed at and criticized prior to your BBL, prior to you having money, you being broke. You know, in other words, in simplicity, a lame will continue to be a lame across the board. You know, if you a lame woman, if you lack the traits, the characteristics of what really make a woman, you're going to continue to go through the same experiences, just with different people. You're going to have a more looks, you're going to go on some dates and whatnot, but the result of everything is still going to be the same. You know, if you a man with money, you're going to get in the new arenas. You're going to look a little different. You're going to smell a little bit better. You're going to drive a better car. You're going to have more fake people around you that's just as lame as you, you know? But fellas especially. But even for the women, if you don't possess the traits of a woman, like I mentioned, then after men fulfill their sexual desires with you, you're going to be discarded, or you're going to be hindered to an unfruitful and unfulfilling relationship time and time again. You know, and really this is going to be the case for the rest of your life until you really make that change on the inside. You know, a BBL is not going to do it. More money is not going to do it. You have to want to change. You have to really search out and work on yourself and really see what is going to make you a woman, see what is really going to make you a man. Really valuing these traits is what's really going to elevate you and put you in the presence of real people who are about what you're about. This is the substance of a person, is what really makes them. I know that sounds like some little bogus, little YMCA upliftment type material, man, but it's really the truth. And you know, I would encourage you first, like I said, to first seek manhood for men. Like the great Andre Taylor says, you know, you got to be a man before you can be anything. And I think he got that from his father, Mel Taylor. And as far as a woman, you got to be a woman before you're anything. So seek womanhood. Build the traits within that will truly make you valuable and beneficial to everyone that you encounter. You know, find contentment within your own self. And this is the only thing that will build true confidence in you. And despite whatever arena that you are in, you still will be able to maintain that confidence. No one can strip you of that, but they can strip you of false arrogance. You know, look, dang, you got a BBL, dang, I got one too. Or you having money, dang, I got one too. What happens when you're in these arenas? You're not relevant anymore. You're not important anymore. You know, it is what it is. But again, this will not leave you having true confidence in yourself that's not predicated on something artificial or something false. But because we do know, you know, across the board, we know the real respect the real. You dig? But you know, we'll go ahead and leave everything there. I definitely just want to send a lot of love out to whoever is under the sound of my voice. Somebody out here needs to hear that, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, get this material out there, man. We're kicking a lot of, you know, encouragement. You know, nowadays we're kicking a lot of this out to the people I've really been led recently to go ahead and get those positive messages out there. And you know, I got a timeline of extensive material, man, that you can really check into if you like how I'm coming on this one. You know, you got days worth of content that you can go ahead and check out, man. You know, but of course, until next time, everyone be blessed.